Hello and welcome back to my sewing room. And I thought I'd just pop on here today because I wanted to show you something I'm working on at the moment. It's a gift. It's a baby blanket, and the pattern I'm using for it, just as a general guideline, is what a lady called Leslie Friend. She has a vlog called A Friend to Knit With, I think it is. I will put details, down there somewhere. So I've just used that for the general stitch count. It's using Aran, and I was asked if I could do something with sheep on and cows. So I came up with this chart. I'll just bring it a bit closer for you, like that. The sheep chart is from a hat pattern I've got. I think it's called the barbel hat. And again, I'll put details down in there, although I may have details in here. This is my little book. It's very full. So when I knit anything or sew anything, I usually just put, let's have a look. If I see any designs I like in magazines and things, I sort of stick them in for ideas for future makes. And here we go. This is the skirt I'm wearing now. So it's a new look pattern, 6243, and it's made from a viscose linen blend which I got from Truro Fabrics. I got it from Truro Fabrics, and the top's also made from the same fabric. And I hadn't quite got enough to make a top, so there's a lot of patching across the top of the shoulders, but because it's such a small ditzy pattern you can't really see it. And then I thought, I quite like the idea of having a bow, but I wasn't sure I'd always want it there, so this is a little bow brooch I've made, just I can pin on along the neckline. Now I haven't got a pattern for this. I've got a sea salt little top, and I just put it down on the fabric, I think, and cut around it, and sort of with a bit of seam allowance. And then the little sleeve is a little free pattern I found on the internet somewhere. So it's just like a little half cap sleeve. Yeah, so hang on, let's see if I can show you. So that's the new look skirt. It's got a side zip. So I've only got one pocket this side, but that's fine. Girl only needs one pocket. Yeah, and it's panelled. The panel skirt. I think I added the belt loops. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. It's a two-piece. Is it a set people call these things these days? I don't know. Anyway, back to the blanket. Yeah, so, oh yes, I was looking for the barbel hat because I knitted several barbel hats for various people. I think I started this book in 2021, so I've not made that many things over the last 4 years. So that's what I'm making at the moment, is this. It's sitting over there. I haven't done much on it lately because I'm under pressure with this blanket. Hang on, let's see if I can find the barbel by Donna Smith. And then I found some free cow charts, but they were quite big, so I've sort of condensed them a bit. And the story behind this is Dad's family are farmers, and they used to rear and milk pedigree dairy shorthorns. And my family, I'm from a farming background, and my dad and brother used to milk Jersey cows. So there's Jerseys and the Shorthorns, but apparently he's now going into British Holsteins, which are black and white cows. And I thought, I've just charted Jerseys and Shorthorns, but I thought, no, I'm leaving it because that's all part of the two family histories. And my brother is going to be granddad, so he used to milk Jerseys, and my dad used to, so we grew up with them. And then there's sheep. I don't think Dave's family had sheep, but my brother had textiles, and he still farms and still has sheep now. Cows are gone, but the sheep are there. Yeah, so that's that. And then the yarn I'm using is Stylecraft Special. And And I must say, oh, I'm sort of half regretting this because I think it'll be all right. I've just dropped them all. So here we are. Sheep are almost complete. Cows are starting to appear. There's the legs and bodies. I'm not sure that my floats are terribly tidy on the back, but you know, I'm not really, apart from knitting barbel hats, I've not really done any colour work. So, and at times I'm carrying as many as 1, 2, 3, 4 colours. So that's been a bit of a challenge. I'm constantly having to stop and unwind all the balls of wool. And in fact, hang on, let me retrieve this one. Because these balls are so big and they just start, you know, unraveling like mad, you know, they're quite a loose, I don't know what you call it when you put them into a ball. Anyway, they're quite loose. And so when you're trying to untangle them, because they've all, you know, they've all become sort of tangled up like this around each other. That isn't showing, is it? They've become tangled up. I have to stop and untangle them, and it's been horrendous with that. So what I have in fact done instead is just wound some off the ball to make life a little bit easier. So that's Jersey cow and shorthorn cow colour. I'm just about to start my next row. I'm going to be putting sky in, so it'll be a row of blue behind it. And I had a little bit of a disaster because I'd already ordered just one ball of this for something else and it didn't get used, and I thought, oh, I can use that for that baby blanket. And I thought I'll just order another. I sort of got this far and thought I'm not going to have enough yarn, so I'd ordered some more, and when it came, the dye lot is different. So I was going to put this design closer to the top of the blanket, and I couldn't really do that because there's a definite colour change. So I thought, well, I'll start the colour work here and then I can finish the top of the blanket with that, and it won't be so obvious that they are two different shades of off-white or cream. So anyway, the colours I've used are, they're all Stylecraft. So there's cream and green. There's another cream. What colour is this one? Copper, which is that one, and black, which is no, I haven't got any black here at the moment. That's the green down there on the floor, and then the blue is Aster. So I've got to crack on because baby wasn't due until the 8th of September, but because baby has turned out to be rather large, she's a rather large baby, they've decided they're going to induce her on the 1st of September. So I've got to crack on and get this blanket done. So wish me luck. Anyway, I think that's it for today. As I say, I'm busy. Well, I will be busy once I've got this blanket done. I will be continuing with my circle skirt, which is here. I've got the front and the back done, and I've got the zip in. I also make a note of where I bought the fabric from, if I can remember. If it's from Stash, it'll be a long time ago and I've no idea what it costs, but this that I'm using now for that skirt came from Croft Mill, and it was £13.25 a metre. So I always make a note of how many metres I bought, what it is. It's cotton satin, Angel on High it's called, from Croft Mill. So yeah, it's just a really a little reminder, so I know where I've had things from in case I want to remake something. Here we go, there's my hats. Ooh. I've made this one and been wearing it all summer, and this one still is waiting to be made up. That's some leftover denim for a project and one of my husband's old shirts for the lining. So as I say, that book is now rammed full of stuff, and I do have, this is my new book. So I've already started sticking in a few pictures of patterns and things I like. all vintage patterns generally. So I'm either looking out for them on eBay, or very often I've got another pattern or a dress or some other pattern which has got the same neckline, so then I'll just franken pattern a couple of patterns together to get that sort of look. There we go. This is what I want to knit. I want to do a Fair Isle slip over or waistcoat. So yeah, baby blanket will be the first thing to go into this one. Now I'm recording this on the 24th of August, but obviously I don't want to put this up onto the internet until the baby has been born, because I don't really want my niece to see the blanket until she unwraps it, when we see our little great niece? Yeah, until I see my little great niece for the first time. I'm so excited to become a great auntie. Yeah, so I won't be putting this video up until after the baby's born, which will be early September, so it's not going to go up for at least another week. Yeah, so I hope you don't mind that. So this is the finished baby blanket. I think my floats might be a little bit tight in the back, so that's the floats. So that is the baby blanket all done and ready to be packed up for when baby arrives. So thank you very much for popping along into my little untidy sewing room. It's still a mess. I'll get there sometime. I will get it sorted sometime. Yeah, so thank you for popping along. Please give me a thumbs up or whatever, or a follow, you know, all those things down there. And until the next time, bye for now.